The second question I have for today is this. What is the unholy Trinity in the end times? Well, just to give you the basic answer, and matter of fact, I pulled up a sermon here on my laptop that I preached when I was going through the book of Revelation. And so let me just read to you from parts of that sermon as we talk about the unholy Trinity in the book of Revelation. The first figure is the dragon in Revelation 12:17. The Bible says that the dragon is Satan. He stood on the sand of the sea, verse 17. And then in Revelation 13, verses 1 through 18, Satan stands on the shore in order that he might beckon forth from the sea the beast with 10 horns and 7 heads and 10 diadems on its horns and blasphemous names on its head. So make no mistake about it, the dragon is Satan, and he is the first individual of the unholy Trinity. And then he calls forth the beast. The beast is the second individual of the unholy Trinity. Again, in Revelation 13, 1 through 8, it says that the beast comes up from the sea. Now, the beast, according to the book of Revelation, a lot of people say, well, the beast is the Antichrist, the end time Antichrist, a person who becomes possessed by Satan and so forth. But I personally believe that the beast is any Antichrist system, kingdom or government. That's the beast. So you have Satan, who is in control of these Antichrist governments and individuals and kingdoms and so forth. And so historically, these Antichrist governments have been Rome, they have been Greece, Babylon, and the Medo-Persian Empire. And so these are Antichrist kingdoms and governments. Now we think about our government here in America. I mean, quickly our government is becoming Antichrist. And so I don't think Antichrist, I don't negate the fact that Antichrist is a person, but I believe it's much more than that. Satan's dominance. It's the economic, it's the political, it's the unholy, any type of unholy military, any type of unholy social movement, any type of ungodly philosophical belief, any type of ungodly religious system. So whether it be political, economic, military, social, or philosophical, or religious, anything that opposes God is Antichrist. Okay? And then ultimately, the third individual that makes up the unholy Trinity would be the false prophet. And the false prophet is anyone who proclaims these anti-God systems. If somebody promotes an anti-God religion, they're a false prophet. If anybody promotes an anti-God philosophy, they're a false prophet. For example, right now in our day, we have many people who are promoting the ungodliness of Marxism. Marxism itself is the beast, and those who promote Marxism are false prophets. Another example would be Protestant liberalism. Protestant liberalism is the Antichrist, is an Antichrist, and those who promote it are false prophets. And so I don't want you to think about the Antichrist just being a person who arises at the end time. No, Antichrist can be liberalism, Marxism, can even be Roman Catholicism. It could be Pelagianism. It could be communism. And the Enlightenment, all these things were part of Antichrist. And those who promote them are false prophets. Okay? So you think about ISIS. You think about the Taliban. These are anti-God systems or anti-God groups. And they are promoted by, so they are Antichrist, and they are promoted by false prophets. You could even say, even in the Word of Faith movement today, people who claim to be Christians, but yet they promote a perverted gospel. They are Antichrist. People like Kenneth Copeland and others who promote this Word of Faith teaching It's Antichrist, and those who promote it are false prophets. Okay, so that is the unholy trinity in the end times: is Satan working through these ungodly systems, and the false prophets who promote them. Okay, that's a little different than some people might interpret them, but that's definitely my interpretation.